Hi everyone, Dr. Samantha Cotrera here for the Imagining a New We video blog. I am just doing a series of short videos for the next 2 weeks introducing different activities and assignments that you can do in your classroom to bring in the ideas of digital pedagogy to teaching and learning history. And while the instructor's guide that I'm drawing this from was written primarily for college and university instructors, these activities and assignments will work great for middle school and high school students as well. And just to be clear, you don't need to know a lot of fancy tools and technologies to engage in digital humanities. It's just being more thoughtful in what we have available in terms of digital tools and technologies, but also historical digital objects that we can now do analysis through and with, that makes the digital humanities more than just like using these tools as a means to an end. Like, digital humanities allows us to be like the end. So this is a series of 3 to 5 minute short videos introducing these activity guides, but you can check out the ebook without my narration to see how they can work in your classroom as well. Let me know if you use them. I can't wait. I'm particularly excited, and today we're going to be talking about an online exhibit. Now, I know that seems really intimidating, but you know what? You can get your students to do a really cool online exhibit as just instead of doing an essay. And if I was teaching history right this second, I would get the students to create an online exhibit rather than write an essay. And because with the idea with digital humanities, we are not just like presenting digital materials, we're innovating, remixing, weaving, building, and designing this woven and curated argument that can be presented to the public. And I know that students, I think, like the idea of having work that's public facing rather than just like an essay that just goes to the teacher. And so this is a cool way to bring in some of those ideas together. But before we get started talking about that, I just want to remind you that this assignment guide, as well as all the assignment guides, can be found in this ebook, this open educational resource, where I talk about the theory as well as the project, the different practices that go into building a digital humanities assignment or activity, and then 9 different assignment guides that can be used as an activity or as an assignment in your classroom. So when we ask students to write an essay, we're looking for them to develop an argument and draw evidence from scholarly sources to support their argument. Scholarly sources as well as archival sources oftentimes. So when we are getting students to create an online exhibit, we are asking students to curate digital materials to demonstrate a particular argument or point of view. And that's what's really cool about an online exhibit, is because it does allow students to develop an argument just like they would for an essay. Now, I just want to be really clear, you can do this work through Word and PowerPoint, even with digital images. I've had students do exhibits through PowerPoint, that's fine, but you can also do it through other fancier tools. Omeka and Scalar are online exhibiting tools. These are very standard and easy things to use. That part doesn't really matter. It's moderate difficulty because it is because of the technologies that you're using, because it could be difficult because students are learning new materials, but it can also just be difficult because of the work they're doing, but it can be done through Word. So don't worry too much about the difficulty. The elements of the process: identify materials, digitize materials if they need to be digitized. I'm assuming for most of you, you're going to be using digitized materials. So go through something like Flickr to find online exhibits that online archives that students can draw from, cited properly, to build their arguments. Develop a research question, organize materials in a way that answers that research question. So I really like students to develop a thesis by thinking of it as an answer to a question, and that question is that research question is what kind of brings everything back to a central feature, and then post and present the materials in a ways that demonstrate that answer to the research question. We used Denise Challenger's work on children in the Caravana because what she found when she digitized materials, but what she found when she put them together was that that students officially participated in Caravana in 3 different ways. And so she was able to show through a carousel, quote unquote, of primary source images, these 3 different ways that she saw students participate, young people participating. This isn't loading up for me very quickly, but if I remember, it was like on the sidelines or like dancing or being on the floats. And so it was really cool to see, oh, here, fixed stage competitive performers, or on the moving stage, or on the side road. So it was really cool for her to make that argument through the photographs itself. So an exhibit does not need to have a bell and whistles to tell this story. This online exhibit I participated in, I was the project manager for this. It's just very basic. It literally has no bells and whistles, but it still tells the story through the association of text and images. And you can definitely get help with some of this materials, but I think what these examples show is that it is the way students are going to bring together archival materials with their description and argument of it. That's the real key element of this. This can be a moderate assignment. This can be like something that they do maybe collaboratively as a midterm, but it can also be a project that they work on through the whole term. So think about that. I know a lot of teachers in the Ontario Grade 10 course like to end with like, what are the most significant events in Canadian history? Think about doing that as an online exhibit.